If you're feeling discouraged on your weight loss journey and you're looking for some major motivation on a weight loss body transformation, I want to share my story with you. I want to share with you all the things that I have done differently in these last 11 months that have just completely transformed me from the inside out. So if you're looking for an overall makeover, I got you. Let's jump into this. Hey friends, welcome back. My name is Danielle and this is Daniela Diaries. Today we are talking all things body, soul, mind transformation. So I was actually cleaning out the office and exchanging out like my winter clothes for my summer clothes, and I actually found these shorts. And I pulled them out of the bin and I was like, oh my God, those are the shorts that I wore in last year's like I had enough video where I decided like this is it, I am making a change. So these are the shorts, and somebody had asked me I should try them on, so we're going to try them on in real time, and I want to show you like a side-by-side clip of me then to now. I think a lot of people on their weight loss journey lose perspective, right? We're so focused, right? Our mind is on the scale, and we want to see this magical number, and we're like, if I get to be 125 pounds and I'm a size 5, I'll be so happy. And that's all we do, right? And we struggle, and we like, sometimes you will hit your goal, right? Sometimes you just do such drastic changes that your body, your life, your soul, nothing can keep up with this, and sometimes you don't make it there. So it's this constant wheel of yo-yo dieting, right? And I've done it where you're like, oh, but this worked for me before, so I'm going to keep doing this, and sometimes it just doesn't. Or, you know, I see so and so doing this, so I'm going to try doing that, and I see this on Instagram, so let me try doing this. And there's just never progress, right? Because there's no consistency. And if you guys are new here, the name of the game is consistency. Consistency is key for success in general, in life, consistency. And that is what's going to be the game changer. When I started, so look, I'm going to be honest with you guys. If you've been here for a while, your girl has been struggling with weight her whole life, right? Pretty much the whole premises of this channel became about a weight loss journey. And you know, I've even had family, and I've said this before, and this comment always sticks, and I'm not trying to like bash my family member, because I love them very, very much, and I know that they didn't mean any harm by it, but they literally said to me, how are you going to be a keto weight loss channel and you're still fat? And this was a few years ago, and I was like, it was last year actually, and I was like, wow. Like how? But you're right? Like how is somebody going to find motivation off of me if all they keep seeing me is like continuously fail, right? And then I would fail and I would make an excuse for why I'm failing. And you know, it was funny that more people was actually found me to be more relatable, that the fact that I was continuously failing than now that I am seeing success. That's the way the world works, you know? We want, it's just the way it is, right? So I decided last year, we went to Florida, and I was looking at pictures, and I was so swollen. I think it was a lot to do with the heat down there too, but I was just so heavy. And I had, you know, I have lost a good amount of weight. I lost over like 120 pounds, did really, really well. And then, you know, kind of got laxed on it. You know, I started doing a lot of keto treats, baking, eating the things I was baking. Just, you know, because it was labeled keto, I just ate it, and there was really no tracking, no monitoring. I just kind of lived life, then quarantine. And so I packed on some weight, and that's kind of where I was last year. And starting out last year, I knew that I had to take a different approach, because in more recent years, like I said, my whole life, my approach was restriction, cardio, and, you know, grind it out as far as I could until I got tired of it and gave up and was like, screw it, I'm happy, you know. And this is no way against anybody who are, you know, happy with being overweight and, you know, this and that. That's fine, but I wasn't happy. And I was like, well, it's cool to be, you know, a bigger girl now, so it's cool, you know. And I would just make excuses, you know, and, you know, I never lost my husband's attention. I just didn't feel good, right? I didn't feel good, I wasn't the best Danielle that I could be. And I knew I had to figure out why I kept failing. So before I figured out a program or what the hell I was going to do, I knew that I needed to do some internal work. And the first thing I did, and the best thing I've ever done, was I got help. I went to therapy, And I preach this all the time. We are all about mental health here, and especially in more recent of times, you could say whatever you want about whatever needs to be said. Mental health is a crisis right now, and a lot of people just think that, you know, I'm going through something, or this is just how I am, or I've been like this my whole life. There's a reason behind everything we do. There's a reason behind every thought, every action. There's a reason why we allow people to treat us certain ways, why we allow ourselves to be treated. You know, there's a reason behind it, and sometimes you gotta pull off those really stuck on band-aids and do some really nasty digging and uncover the trauma. And that's what I did. And I was in therapy once a week for 6 months. And then more as now, I have therapy now maybe once or twice a month. I could have it more often if I choose, but I'm about once a month right now. And some months, you know, or some things will happen and I'll, you know, need an extra session, and she's always fits me in. God love Courtney. We are her biggest fans here. So if you guys were looking, if you guys have no insurance, there are multiple different sites now. Therapy and mental health is really losing its stigma online, and there's, you know, online sites. That's what I did. And you can find somebody who works for you. You might have to look through work with a couple different people. I went to like 3 or 4 different therapists before I found the one that I thought would work good for me. And I love her to death. She's the best thing. So I had to figure out that I was using food as a crutch. And food as, you know, I knew I was an emotional eater, but I also had to figure out a lot of other reasons why. And I feel like that, without the weight loss, without the inches, whatever, that was what was the best thing. So I really recommend you guys maybe seeing why you are struggling the way you do, okay? And we're all open. This is a safe space. So if you feel that you maybe have these and you want to talk, we are all safe here. If you find something that, or if I've seen somebody maybe making a comment about whatever they think is necessary, but could be labeled as cruel, you will get deleted and you'll get blocked. Everybody is safe here. This is a safe place for everyone. No one is judged, and it is what it is, okay? Another big change I did is I initially was doing kind of a cleaner keto for a while, and I had to step back from that. And I pulled away from keto, and I feel like I stopped following keto right after Christmas, and then I just feel like my body really just changed, like, completely. Not bashing keto. I think it's a wonderful thing, you know. I know people will go hard, they will ride and die for keto, but sometimes it just doesn't work for people, you know. And I'm not going to get into the you know, contest of like who I think and what I think are the right ways to do keto, and, you know, all the other stuff, because people think, were you really doing it? Yes, honey, I was doing it. I was checking my blood. I was under 20 total carbs. I was in pure ketosis, not what it did, additive ketones. Like, I was therapeutic ketosis. I did it. It just didn't work for me for the purposes in which I needed it. So I didn't want to be restricted, right? I didn't want to be on a diet anymore. That was the one thing I learned in therapy, was that I need to stop labeling myself. I needed to stop putting myself into categories. I needed to stop trying to be the people I think, or the Danielle that I think everybody else needs me to be, and do what Danielle needs her to have done, right? So I knew that I no longer wanted to be restricted. I wanted to incorporate all food groups. I knew that I really wanted to focus on fat loss and muscle growth. I knew that I wanted to be strong. I wanted to feel good. I wanted to look good. I knew that I wanted to be happy. And I decided that that's what I was going to do. So that's where I'm at right now. I am just following a balanced eating. There are some days on, like, my non-training days, I do incorporate lesser carbs. And that's, you know, kind of on a plan that I'm at right now. Everything that I have done has been consistent. You have to stop changing up, you know, say, for example, you know, you'll see me eating, you know, 1,600 calories, and, you know, you're like, oh, okay, well, it's saying for me, I need 1,900. Maybe because she's eating 1,600, I should cut mine down and do 1,600 like her. No. You have to stay consistent. Stay consistent. If that's what they're saying you need, or whatever app that you've done, and that's what they're saying that you need in caloric intake, then stick with that. Another thing is working out. You're gonna have to move your body. Do you have to do what I do? No, because I have an idea of what I want myself to look like. Doesn't necessarily mean you want to look like me. Doesn't necessarily mean I want to look like you. Doesn't necessarily mean you may be 4'11". I'm 5'7". You know, it's just each body is uniquely made. The only thing is just do a little better today than you did yesterday. 30 minutes, take a walk, go swimming, go biking, whatever it is. Just give yourself 30 minutes, 3 to 5 days a week of moving time. Get some steps in. I don't really follow like the 10,000 steps a day. There's a lot of people who like they swear by it, you know. I don't, because I don't wear my watch. I mean, I probably do because I'm always kind of going, but I don't wear my watch all the time. As soon as I get home, I take my watch off and that's it. So I'll use my watch when I'm in the gym and then that's it. I do work out 5 days a week. Actually, I'm doing 5 days of weight training and I do a six days of cardio. One day I just do fasted cardio. But that's right now on a regimen. I might be changing things up. I'm following this course for about six weeks. I think I have another week or 2 left, and then I will kind of see how I'm going and see where I want to go. You can hire a coach. There's lots of coaches. I would recommend doing your research, and before you really like deep dive into a coach, kind of get their feels, kind of see what they're doing, see how they're reacting, you know what I mean? Just maybe get used to movement and stuff like that. I really feel like people kind of dive into getting a coach too soon and it doesn't work. You might need to hire a different coach. You maybe with one coach for a month and you're like, yeah, it's great, but that just wasn't for me. That's okay. You can hire another one. It's just like dating somebody. You have to find your perfect fit. I've hired multiple different coaches and I've worked with them and I'm like, yeah, it's good, you know, but that's just not, it didn't fit. That's not where I'm at right now. So that's okay. I do find that if you want to be successful, you just have to be consistent with eating, making sure that you are watching your portions. Portion control is key. You can pretty much eat whatever you want as long as in portion. You know, I track my foods. I always track my foods because I have a bad habit of under eating or overeating, or I think that I've overeaten if I didn't track and then I undereat. So my guesses of what I'm eating are very incorrect, right? For me, I'll be like, oh, that looks like a 4-ounce portion and it's like 15 ounces, or that looks like 5 ounces and it's 2 ounces. Like I don't have an eye for that, you know? You know how like dads are always like, that looks about 3 feet. And I was like, it's this big. Like, you know, I don't have that. I know a lot of people find the scale to be triggering. I'm sorry, but you know, you're gonna have to watch your portions. Like if you're having just triggering issues with monitoring your food and stuff like that, this is where the therapy will come into play. Because you know, it's the cold hard honest truth is moderation is key. And if you're gonna have, you know, hey, I want to have some chips, and you're just gonna be like, it feels like I ate half a bag. You know, you just have to. It is what it is, you know. I mean, I'm gonna give you the cold hard honest truth, you know. And you know, this is also saying that you cannot have an extra meal, or you can't go out to eat. You know, I still have enjoyed, you know, pancakes at restaurants and big breakfasts and going out to dinner, and I've had a piece of cake. But my whole motto, right? My whole motto, and I've said this, is certain things in life are to be eaten on occasion and in moderation. So a birthday cake, I don't know how many of you guys do it, but I don't celebrate a birthday every day, every month, you know. Maybe I'll have a birthday, you know, once or twice a month, or once a month, and I might enjoy a piece of cake on that occasion. Or maybe instead of the cake, if I'm going to go out and there's like cake and pizza, I'm like, you know what, hey, you know what, I'm going to skip that cake because I don't really like it, but I'm going to have me an extra 2 slices of pizza. You just have to do what you have to do, but you have to be smart about it, and you have to hold yourself, you know, liable for your choices. You got to think of food and stuff like that. Like, you're not, for example, if you're going to go out to the store and you're like, hey, you know what, I'm going to buy myself something. I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to go get a manicure, a pedicure. I'm going to go get my hair done. I'm going to do everything. And that's, you know, I don't know where you go, but for me, if you're doing all that, it's a couple $100. You're not going to do that multiple times a week, every week. You know, those are things that it's going to be on occasion and in moderation. You know, I mean, obviously I wouldn't spend all that money all at once because that's just me being cheap, but you know what I mean? take that whole perspective to everything you would do in life. Treat those things the same way. You still got to enjoy life, you know, and if you're like, oh my God, I can't do that. I don't know when to stop. That's where we go back to point A, which is therapy, because I too did not know when to stop, and it was a tumbling, slippery slope. Especially when I was on keto and I was like, well, screw it. If I'm going to have carbs, I'm going to eat all the damn carbs. You know, I don't have that thought anymore. I do weight train. I do really recommend weight training. Now, a lot of people will, you know, say, I have this ailment. You have to do what works for you. For example, I have bad knees. Both of my knees are really bad. I can't really do a lot of super heavy leg movements. I really struggle with like Bulgarian split squats and stuff like that. So I can't do them weighted. I have to do them like body weight, and then I try my best, you know, and if I start feeling any issues, then I stop. Same thing with my shoulder. You guys remember I hurt my shoulder. We're still, you know, healing, but I have to pay attention and I do things around it. When you're weight training, do no more than 6 types of activities, 6 types of workout. You don't need to do 6 to 8 to 15, and do those same workouts, you know, once or twice a week, however your split is, for the 6 to 8 weeks. Give it time, give your body time to adjust. I feel like the biggest issue that people have is that they're constantly changing and they're not staying consistent, and then they're wondering why they're not seeing any results. Consistency is going to give you the results. Eating, you know, if you're tracking your food for 1 week and then you go off for next week, and then you have to be consistent. So maybe you only track your food Monday through Friday, but you're consistently tracking your food Monday through Friday. It's starting somewhere. If you're, you know, maybe you cannot commit to going to the gym 5 days a week, but you can give it 2. Consistency. You're starting somewhere, and then you build it up and you start building better routines, better plans of action, and then you execute them, and then you start to see more movement and, you know, all the things. Another thing that I've said numerous times was the scale. Guys, the scale does not mean shit. From this last picture that you're going to see till now is only about 25 pounds. 25 pounds to some might seem like a lot, but in really high, it's not the hugest amount of weight. And it's a year. It was almost a year to lose that weight. But I have lost, I think it's like 42 inches all over. Now that is a huge number. So what the point I'm saying is, skip the scale. If you're going to use a scale, use it as terms of data to make sure you can see how your body's reacting to different foods, different things like that, and say, hey, you know what, maybe I'm inflamed because I had spinach and I can't really digest spinach, so maybe, you know, ixnay that out of my diet or something like that. But if it's triggering for you and you just like roll off, again, therapy, and get rid of the scale. Measurements and pictures will do you the best justice, I promise you. So I want to go ahead and we're going to try on these shorts together. I have not tried them on. I will say I'm going to be in some undies here, so if that may be too much or, you know, a little TMI, then you're probably going to want to skip ahead. But I want to show you guys, and I want to try them on together because you guys have been riding with me through this journey, and I thank you guys for sticking with me, because I do realize there has been a lot of changes, and you guys really has showed me so much love and really supported me through this, so thank you guys. But here are the shorts. These I bought from Shein, and they are in a 1XL. Shein 1XL is equivalent to, I think, about a 14, because there's 0XL is about a 12, and so this is about a 14. So these are what they look like, right? So I'm gonna pan you down. Right now, I don't feel like I need to give you guys my weight. I just don't feel like that's relevant, so I don't really care to give it. But I've went from, like, I was like a 14, 16 last summer, and I'm like a 10, 12 this summer. Yeah, about 10, 12. And I think I was like a large, extra large tops last summer, and I'm like a medium, medium. So this shirt is a medium. So let me go ahead and pan you down. All right, so I think we'll just do a quick shot here. I'm a little bloated because my stuff is supposed to start on Saturday, so today's Thursday, so I feel like you could see a lot more definition in the thigh area. You know, we're still working on the belly, but I think we're looking pretty good. So this shirt is from Express. It's like their studio line, but all right, let's try these on. So these were, when I tried them on, they were a little snug, but the more I wore them, they would get a little loose, but they were snug on the waist, I remember. So I wonder if I could just slide them on. I don't know, you think I can? Let's see. Nope, I'm gonna have to unzip her, okay? I think I can. No way. Holy shit. Sorry. Sorry. No fucking way. Let me zip her. Can you guys see that? Like, look at that. Like, they can come like right off. What? I can cry right now. And I'm not only saying like I can cry because I could see a weight loss, right? Or like there's inches lost in the pants. I can cry because I remember filming that video here and just being disgusted. Disgusted is literally the word that I have when I think about who I was back then. Like, I was just disgusted with myself. I was disgusted that I kept failing. I was disgusted that I had people watching and that I was failing. I was disgusted that I just felt awful. And I kept thinking it's never gonna get better. Like, this is just it. Like, maybe I'm just meant to be. And I kept getting blood work done thinking I was like, you know, it's my thyroid. You know, I always want to blame my thyroid. And I just had to get out of my own fucking way. Sorry. And look at her. You see? I mean, like, I am just so proud of myself, man. This is your sign. This is your sign. You, right now, start today. Invest in your health. Not only your physical, but your mental, your emotional. Your health is more than just a number on the scale. Health is how you feel, how you think, how you love yourself. It's so much. And this is your sign to take care of you. You can do it. Imagine where we will be this time next year. How much can change in 1 year? How much can change in 30 seconds, right? Just imagine the change. And I am just sorry if you guys are offended by the bra, by the way, but I feel like I've done bathing suit videos. So I'm like looking in the mirror here and I just can't, like, look at that. Do you guys remember? Look at this, like on the side. I was so bloated and I've eaten twice already today. Like, all right, my friends, I'm gonna wrap up this video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys are all well. You're taking care of you, and let this be your inspiration. Let me know down below if you guys found this motivating, if you guys are gonna start your own journey. I'm here with you. I am in your corner. If you guys are new here, hi, how are you? My name is Danielle, and I would love for you to stick around and subscribe. This is a good place to be. We're real friends around here, and all are welcomed. You guys have been with me. Thank you so much for sticking by me, for riding with me. You're the real ones, and I love you guys so much. I will see you on the next one.